Singer is headed to prison. I'm Marnie Hughes.
And I'm Matt Lorch. He pled guilty to multiple counts of sexually abusing kids over more than a decade. James Lynch was in court this morning when prosecutors cut a deal with the man, and he joins us with this exclusive story. James?
Matt, this case broke in May of last year after one of Dampierre's victims came forward and told his story. Dampierre has been in jail since then, and in court today, as one of his victims looked on, he pleaded guilty to his crimes. Once a leader in 2 Seattle churches, Tim Dampierre was a trusted, respected role model. Now, he's little more than a convicted felon, a predatory child molester, in court today to plead guilty to 22 counts of child sexual assault. 22 times, Dampierre pleaded guilty to the worst of crimes: rape of a child molestation, and possession of child pornography.
Guilty.
All part of a plea deal that avoids a trial and ensures his victims won't have to relive the abuse on the witness stand. One of those victims, Kenny M., was in court today. He wouldn't talk to us on camera, but he did back in May when we caught up with him outside of the courthouse.
I mean, honestly, there was no lower point in my life.
Kenny was abused after meeting Dampierre here at Seattle's Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church. He says he reported the abuse to his pastor, R.L. Manaway, but Manaway never reported it to police, and Dampierre moved on to another church and to the Bellevue Boys and Girls Club. When parents learned of the abuse, they were furious.
It seems like he should have been caught before he fell through the cracks somehow. Somebody's got to be more onto it.
Kenny is thankful his ordeal is finally over, and Dampierre will be behind bars for a long time. And he encourages any child who was or is being sexually abused to say something to someone.
It's nothing to be scared of. You were a child. It happened to you. He's a grown man, so let him get all the punishment he deserves.
Now, when Dampierre is sentenced in October, he is expected to get 22 years as part of the plea deal that he cut with prosecutors. That's 4.5 years less than he might have received had he gone to trial. Family members told me today they would like to have seen him get more time, but are happy to put this behind them so they can move forward.
And James, when it comes to reporting abuse, if a victim comes forward asking for help, the state actually has strict requirements. Medical workers, school workers, counselors, child care providers, and pharmacists are required by law to report child abuse or neglect. However, it excludes members of the clergy. A measure to include them back in 2005 never made it to a vote. The city of Seattle